We are live. This is Tico, Tren, SYSBM, and this video is going to be about basically, how women always say that the female body isn't sexualized, or the body in general isn't isn't something that's sexual. Basically, um, my thoughts on that whole entire my thoughts on the whole entire argument is it's not the fact that it's not sexual. It's more or less the fact that it is sexual. All bodies are sexual. We sexualize all bodies, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you want to pretend like it's not. We sexualize all bodies for the most part. That's typically how that works. Like I said, you may not like it, but it is what it is. And what I mean by that is how society portrays things and or sells products and or gets things across to people in the public for the most part. A good example of that is how we sell, like a good example of that is Polygirl. The beer, the Polygirls are basically well in well endowed, top heavy well endowed, kind of short of cleavagey showy women for the most part. Would the beer sell without those women? Maybe. Would it sell as much as it does without those women? No, it wouldn't. And that's typically how that works for the most part, because there's a lot of people that'll sit up here and argue that all technicality that that female bodies aren't sexual in the least bit. The problem with that is society says it is, and it's not indoctrination. It is, because if that was the case, women wouldn't spend so much time dressing it up, accentuating all their curves to advertise for men. If that wasn't the case, a woman that had like 30 odd subs, 30 odd followers on Twitch, who was talking about like, who was just played straight gaming, all of a sudden started body painting, and all of a sudden she got like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 followers after body painting. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to actually admit what it is. It's actually bodies are actually meant for bodies are actually meant for sexual, especially the female body. Because at the end of the day, a woman wouldn't dress up and or try to fight to be able to show off her body in public, if you know what I mean. And the problem with the whole entire thing is you'll get a bunch of women that'll claim and swear that the female body isn't sexual, and if you believe that it's sexual, then it's you're the problem or you're part of the problem. The problem with that is advertisement says it is. That's the reason why they sell so much body wash and soaps and stuff like that. If you ever notice, all the different body washes and soaps, from the Old Spice guy, the black guy, the Old Spice guy, he's ripped. He got abs. You think they're really going to sell soap if body wash if he wasn't ripped and he was just some pudgy fat guy? Hell no, they ain't going to sell no. They ain't going to sell no. Ain't going to sell no body washing or soaps if he was a pudgy fat guy. The fact that he's actually ripped sells the product for the most part. A good example is the women's body wash. If a woman didn't look, if you couldn't see all her curves and all the portions of her body when she's washing her body to her legs, it probably wouldn't sell as much. It wouldn't appeal to women as much. That's the problem with the whole entire the body isn't sexual idea, if you know what I mean. Because and at the end of the day, the female body is sexual, whether you like it or not. It's put in ads for a reason. There's a reason why there's the ring girls for the most part who put up the cards to basically keep everybody's attention in between rounds, or keep everybody's attention, or keep people coming back to basically see what's going on for the most part. Because half the people get up in the middle of the fight, but as soon as the ring girls come back, there's more people sitting in their seat to see the ring girls than there is to actually see the actual fight. It's just facts. It's just stuff like that. Another good example of that is if the female body wasn't sexualized, teams wouldn't have cheerleaders. Women wouldn't want to run out to be a Dallas Cowgirl or a Ravens girl or a 49ers girl, basically, if that was the case. And that's the thing that people always fail to realize. You can't say something is not sexual when in fact you use it for sexual purposes. And the neat thing about that, the only reason why women say that, the only reason why these type of girls say that, is because if they are presenting themselves in a way to make money off of it, it's technically not sexual, it's business. But at the end of the day, it'd be no different than if a girl on Pornhub did the same thing and then had sex. It's kind of like when they do the when I seen somebody sent me a clip to the one where apparently somebody painted themselves like Star Wars characters and stuff like that. Those aliens with the long pink and the long green or the long blue the long blue looking things looking like dreadlocks. That's pretty much what that's like doing for the most part. But you're not having sex. That's the only difference. Or the women who dress up like Mystique. That's basically what it is. So to say that the female body is not sexual in the least bit, it is. It is. It's a reproductive system. It's a whole entire reproductive system. Matter of fact, the female body is so sexual. There's so many nerve ends in different parts of the female body. It's fucking ridiculous. Like you don't even have to just lick the nipples. You can lick the side of her breast. You can kiss the side of her breast. You can kiss under her breast. You don't even have to kiss her breast. You can kiss her belly button, above it and below it. Her inner thighs. We're not even talking about, where the vagina is. Whole entire inner thigh from her entire inner thigh from the end of her thigh, from her ankle all the way down to just before you get to the groin area is all sensitive. Got a bunch of nerve endings in that. You kiss them so sporadically, she gets turned on. It's just facts. A woman's butt is another good example of that. If you nibble on one of her butt cheeks, just below the butt cheek, to the left of it, basically, she's going to get turned on. At the top of the butt, near the small of her back, another good spot to turn on a woman. So you can't tell me these aren't sexual. A woman's body isn't sexual when in fact, if you touch it, grab it, hold it in certain ways, and or kiss it, caress it, nibble it in certain ways, it reacts in a sexual manner. It drives a whole entire fantasy that a woman is looking for in a relationship for the most part. If you do that, it's just facts. So you can't tell me that the female body is not sexual in the least bit when in fact it is very sexual in the least bit. There are more nerve endings in her body than men have in theirs. I mean, don't get me wrong, men do have some spots where, if you touch them in the right spaces, it's good. They're good to go. But the sad part about men is there's less men that actually like certain things than other men. Like a good example of that is if you ever watch porn, there are men that like their nipples squeezed, or there's men that like their nipples sucked. Me personally, I don't like that shit in the least bit. I don't like that shit at all. There are men that like, their butts licked. I don't like that shit at all. Don't touch my butt unless you're grabbing it and smacking it. Don't touch my butt. Don't go between. Don't penetrate the cheeks. Basically, for me, that's not my cup of tea. Basically, and it's just stuff like that. Whereas if it's a women have more areas on her body than men do for arousal for the most part. It's just facts. Because at the end of the day, when you're having sex with a woman, you're not just, banging out her pussy. You're basically having sex with her mind in the process of doing so. Because you could just bang out a woman's pussy all day, but like that don't mean she actually got off. The fundamental difference between a man and a woman is mentally she has to get off. Mentally she has to be in the mood, and mentally she has to be in the mood, and physically she has to be in the mood. If she's not mentally in the mood, then it's not really going to happen too much, or it's not going to be a good experience at all for the most part. It's just facts. So you can't tell me that the female body isn't sexual when in fact when you touch it, graze it, glance over it, like brush over it, she's not feeling these different things and these different feelings for the most part. It'd be no different than body painting for the most part. If you're going to paint your body, that's a sexual thing. Because at the end of the day, you can't tell me it's not sexual you know, if all of a sudden, you get more viewers because you're naked. They're not there because they're not there because you're the best painter in the world. They're there because you're naked. It's kind of like the reasoning why a lot of people watch Alinity and or some of the other girls. Basically, they're there to see a nip slip, or they're there to see if they get to see a glance of basically something happening, or your boob popping out, basically, or boob slip, or crotch slip, basically, because that's what she's known for, basically. So the only reason why people are there for the chance that they get to see this stuff, and it is what it is. And the sad part about that is, by saying the human body isn't sexual in the least bit, you're basically taking away from the moviegoer experience. Women don't show up to see the leading guy with a dad bod. They'll show up to see a Chris Hemsworth with six pack abs, or they'll show up to see a Henry Cavill with six pack abs. It's just facts. The human body is a very sexual thing. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you look at it. This is the reason why men run around with the beaters on, or men run around with no shirts on, because they know they're going to garner attention from women. It's just facts. Because they know that they can make a woman swoon if they got like six pack abs and pecs. That turns women on. What's up, Shinobi One? It's just facts. You can't negate the fact that the human body is a sexual organ, is a sexual thing. It's a sexual being within itself for the most part. Let it be the skin, let it be how the person looks for the most part. It's all sexual. It actually conjures up sexual images in both sexes' minds when they see the human body. It's just facts. What do you think? Women go to strip clubs because they want to see somebody just dance, and it's the art of dancing? Hell no, women don't go to strip clubs because they want to see the art of dancing. No, they want to see a man's pole wave around in their face, and they want to see how buff his body is. It's just facts. The same reason why men go to strip clubs. They don't go to strip clubs because they want to they want their wives to learn how to spin down a pole upside down, and quite possibly give their wives pointers or their girlfriends pointers on how to spin down a pole. They go there for entertainment. It's sexual entertainment, basically. That's all it is. That's what it is. The same goes for the poly girls. The poly girls don't put on those blouses that happen to go cleavage low because it's an art piece. No, they put on that so they can sell some damn beer. That whole entire beer company does that for that reason. They sell a shit ton of beer for that. Like I said in the beginning, if they didn't have the girls there, would they sell beer? Yes. Would they sell as much beer? Hell no. It's just facts. There's a lot of different beer companies that have their women. There's a lot of different beer companies that have women who actually are mascots of their beer, and or women just walking around looking hot with their beer for the most part. It's just facts. Another good example of that is, like I was saying, the ring girls for boxing and or MMA. Same damn thing. Or the weigh-in girls. The MMA girls, or the boxing weigh-in girls. There's always a hot girl standing there so that it don't make the weigh-in look boring for the most part. Which you think is, I mean, granted, there are some men in there that actually look good for women that are, that got the six-pack abs and a rip that's weighing in. Women get turned on by that one, but you got the little weigh-in girl right behind there that men can look at for the most part, because they don't really want to look at men weighing in half the time. It's just facts. So, you got men and women looking at this shit because there's a girl there in the back and the men look ripped, basically. It's just facts. It's a sexual thing. Because the sad part about that is you saying that the human body is not sexual would be like saying then any man can get a girl and any woman can get a girl. Get a man, I mean. And or vice versa if that's your cup of tea. If you're a man, you like men. If you're a woman, you like women. Basically, you can get your desired partner if you want to. But the fact of the matter is, no. We are a looks based. We are a looks based species. It's just facts. So you can't tell me by by dressing a certain way, it's not garnering sexual attention, because it's not sexual. It's very sexual. It's just like what I was saying about when I was used to work at McDonald's in high school, when I was in high school, and I used to come to work looking all GQ. I looked GQ because it garnered attention. And I know it did. It's just facts. What you think? What you think? I had muscle shirt? You think I had a muscle shirt on and earrings and my can go on for no fucking reason because I'm cool? Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool I'm cool all around. But no, I did it because I know it garnered me attention. I know that for a fact. And when I told you the story, I basically got the undesired attention that I actually wanted. It's just facts. And it is what it is. It's just stuff like that like blows my mind. Because I've actually worked at places with a bunch of women who actually literally rank the men, the hottest coworker to the least hottest coworker. And the sad part about that, I hate to say it, but I always rank in the top 3. Every single time they do one, I rank in the top 3. I hate to say it, but I do. It's just facts. So you can't say it's looks. It's looks or how you carry yourself and the way you present yourself isn't sexual. It is sexual. We thrive. We thrive on how other people look. A man wouldn't approach a woman if she didn't look hot. It's just facts. He's not going to just approach anything. If she looks hot, he's going to approach her. So that piqued his sexual interest in that woman. It's just facts. It's the same goes for a woman. If a man's working out at the gym and he got some biceps, triceps, and some lats and some pecs and some and a washboard abs going there, she's naturally going to walk up to him or give him cheesy signals. The human body is very sexual. What we see is what we visualize. A good example of that would be, so I can actually, in this live stream pretty quickly, would you say you're a gangster queen? You're my desk working on a phone. That's funny. It's boring as fuck. The best way to summarize this, to end this very quickly, so I can pretty much destroy everybody, is when a female's masturbating, she's thinking of a hot guy. It's just facts. When a female's masturbating, she's thinking of a hot guy. There you go. The same goes for a man. If he's doing it, he's thinking of a hot woman. And or he's actually looking at a hot woman while he's doing it. The same goes for a female. She's looking at a hot scene, a hot sexual scene, and or a hot guy, and she's actually doing it. The sad part about that, she didn't even have to see a sexual scene. All she got to do is see some abs and some pecs. And she's ready to go. It's just facts. So you can't tell me that the human body is not sexual and it's indoctrination when in fact the human body is very sexual, and that's how people mate select in their fucking lives. Because of that sexual attraction to that person. We don't just put on blindfolds, spin around like we're playing pin the tail on a donkey and just pick people. No. We pick people based on how they look, what their body looks like, and the curvature of their body for the most part. It's just facts. That's pretty much how that works. That's typically how this all works. So you can't tell me in the least bit that the female body isn't sexual when in fact that's what a man sees. That's the reason why he's approaching you. The same goes for women. You can't tell me that the human body isn't sexual when in fact a woman sees it, she automatically has fantasies about it, and she wants to get with it for the most part, or she'll send you choosy signals. That's typically how that works, because that's how that fucking works. Because we're sexually attracted to each other for a reason, and how they look to actually want to make a connection with that person for the most part. It is what it is. It's the nature of the fucking beast. That's how we react as human beings. So you can't even make that argument that women or that a woman's female body isn't sexual and a human body isn't sexual. It's just art. It's not art. It looks nice. Yes, back in the day it used to be art when you used to put it up in marble. But nowadays, what's up, Trex? What's up, Shinobi One? What's up, Corey? Back in the day, it used to be, but the sad part about that is the women even used to fill up those statues and actually have fantasies about the statues. It's just facts. And the sad part about that is like when a woman sees a man at the gym and he looks good, naturally she's going to walk up to him. Hell, women that I've taken on dates, they feel my biceps basically. They're sitting in the car next to me while I'm trying to drive, and she's all hugged up on my bicep basically, rubbing it and squeezing it and molesting my bicep basically. I automatically know what she's thinking. She's not looking at me, she's looking at my damn bicep. It's just facts. And it's just stuff like that that just blows my mind when I hear stupid people say shit like that. The human body is very sexual. This is how we select our mates. This is how we get along in life. This is how we procreate. Nobody's going to procreate with an ugly person. It's just facts. Male or female, nobody's going to procreate with an ugly person. Nobody's going to want to find that sexy at all. What's up, Mr. Forma? It's just stuff like that that just blows my mind. That pisses me off when I hear stupid people say this shit. Like, no, it's very sexual. Why do you think you're attracted to that person? You're not attracted to their fucking mind. You're attracted to how they fucking look. Let's just keep it 100. You look at them, you're attracted to them. Initially, that's how it works. Your initial attraction to them is how they look. You might run into some shit after you get over the initial infatuation and lust, but at the end of the day, your initial attraction to somebody is nothing more than lust. You see their body, you want their body, end of story. Everything is sexual about the human body for that reason. And like I was explaining at in the beginning of this video, this podcast, the female body has a bunch of different points on it that if you touch, kiss, caress, nibble on it, she's going to get turned on. It's just facts. It's just facts. So, to all the women out there who actually say that the female body isn't sexual and it's all indoctrination, only reason why you're saying that is because you're making money off of it. It's just facts. So to you, it's a business, but to the people who actually pay attention to you, they're only paying attention to you because your body, and they want your body. That's it. That's basically how it goes for men, women, and everybody. All animals from all walks of life. They see your body, they want your body, basically. It's that simple. The only reason why your simps show up to your show is to look at your body because it's a sexual act and it's a sexual thing. No matter if you're body painting, no matter if you're piercing it, no matter if you're dressing it up or trying on different swimsuits, the only reason why they show up is to basically see you in swimsuits because that's a chance that they could possibly see you naked, close to being naked for the most part. Or if you're trying on lingerie, same thing. The only reason why people show up at Alinity streams anymore because they might catch a nip slip or they might catch a boob slip. It is what it is. So let's not act like the human body is not sexual when in fact it's very sexual. Like I said, when I'm driving and I used to date a lot, women used to fill up all on my biceps all the damn time. I've had women at work literally walk up behind me and fill up all on my shoulders and shit like that because they're all muscular. So you can't tell me it's not sexual when in fact, I got a female filling up on my shoulders at work and she biting her bottom lip like she ready to go at work. Like, no, that's very sexual to a woman. My shoulders and my biceps are very sexual to a woman because They molest them. They molest them. They molest the hell out of my shoulders and biceps. It's just facts. So from here on out, let's cut the bullshit and actually keep it 100. The human body is very sexual, visually sexual to the opposite sex. It's just facts. Because I look at it like this: if a female can fill up all my shoulders and be biting her bottom lip like it's a piece of bubble gum, she ready to go. The same goes for the women that used to fill up on my biceps when I'm trying to drive, and I'm trying to actually drive a car basically on a crowded street, and they're all hugged up on my biceps and laying up on my bicep. Like, no, the human body is very sexual. That's what attracts the other opposite sex to you, is your body, basically. How your body looks to them and how they perceive your body to be, for the most part. It attracts the opposite sex to it. It is what it is. What's up, ESP Power? It is what it is. But that's going to conclude this lovely podcast. Y'all have a blessed day. I basically had to touch on this topic. If y'all missed the beginning, rewatch it. Share it with your friends. Share it with everybody. Share it with Twitch Thoughts. Share it with e-girls. Share it with everybody. Y'all have a blessed day. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow, basically. Adios. Peace.